Welcome everyone, thank you for coming. My name is Alyson and I teach here at TruYoga in Santa Monica. So today we're going to do an hour of de-stress, which sounds exactly like what it's going to be. An hour of some really nice, gentle, deep stretching along with some nice, deep breathing. So let's get started, shall we? All right, so let's start with our hands on our thighs. And we're gonna take a nice deep breath in and lift the shoulders as high as we can up to the ears. And on the exhale, all the way back and down. 2 more times. Roll the shoulders forward and up on the inhale. And on the exhale, all the way back and down. And 1 more time. Inhale, coming forward and up. And exhale, all the way back and down. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, forward and down. And 1 more time. Inhale, coming up. And exhale, forward and down. And 1 more time. Inhale, coming up. And exhale, forward and down. So now we're just going to alternate shoulders, bringing one forward and then the other forward, and then one forward and then the other forward, one and then the other. And then if you feel like you want to speed it up, you can go a little faster. That's it. Just alternating shoulders. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And now we're going to back it up. Back, back. One shoulder at a time. Back, roll it back, roll it back, roll it back. That's it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Both shoulders, lift them up as high as you can towards the ears. And then on the exhale, just drop them down. Good. And now we're going to just slide our left hand out to the side. And you're going to start to walk out. We're going to take a side body stretch. And on the inhale, we're going to stretch the right arm all the way out to the right. So just pause there, reach as far away from the midline as you can, and then just slowly, as it feels good, inhale the arm up towards the ceiling. Maybe stay there. Exhale, the shoulders drop down away from your ears. And depending on how much space you have right now, inhale, reaching up through the fingertips. And on the exhale, just gently start to drag the arm as much as you can to the left side of the space. Shoulders relax. And then lastly, check in with your head and your neck. You don't have to look up. You might want to look to the side. You might want to look down. You might want to release your head altogether. And on our next inhalation, we're going to gently press ourselves back up to sit. And you're going to pause with the right arm up. And on the exhale, you're just going to bring the right hand over to your left ear and take the head over to the right. And with the help of your exhale, as much as you can, drop the shoulders down away from your ears. And if you want to enhance the stretch to the side of the neck, you can extend your left arm a little bit down towards the floor, a little bit away from you, or even sit on the top of the hand. Now, keeping your head tipped to the side, we're going to just gently draw the chin a little towards our chest. And you can slide your right hand a little to the back of your skull. And you'll probably find a nice, decent stretch here. Let's take one more deep breath into the side of the neck. Stay here for the exhale. And then we're going to slide the right hand back to our right ear. And we're going to help our head up. Inhale, up you go. Oh yeah, one side done. Let's do the other side. Right hand is going to walk out, so start to walk, walk, walk. Send your left arm away from you. Good, and that might feel good. You might want to stay there for a moment or two. And then as you start to open up, on your next inhale, maybe the left arm comes up and you pause. Shoulders want to drop down away from your ears. Inhale through your left hand. And if you have a space, exhale, you might even drag the left arm over to the right. So there's an internal rotation happening with your left arm. So your armpit wants to look more towards you than towards the ceiling. Yes, take another deep breath in right through the hand bones. Let's all stay here for the exhale. And then we're going to slowly press our way back up to sit. Inhale, inhale, inhale. And let's bring the left hand over to the right ear. And exhale, just gently tip your head towards the left side of the space. Make a little effort to drop the shoulders down away from your ears. And breathe, focusing more on your breath than anything else. And on your next exhale, let your chin gently drop a little towards your chest. And then slide your left hand a little to the back of your skull. See what you find. Okay, take one last deep breath in. Exhale till you're empty. Okay, and then we're gonna slide the left hand back to the left ear, and you're gonna gently help your head up to center. Inhale. Ooh. And exhale, both hands down. And as if you had a little marker attached to the top of your head, you're gonna start to carve a little circle into the ceiling as though you were just drawing a little circle. So just you can close your eyes if you want, very slowly starting to soften around the neck. Depending on how it feels, stay with little circles, and then if it feels like you have more space, you start to carve bigger circles. No hurry, just feeling it out. Keep breathing. And then very slowly start to circle back to where you started, right at the center. And then we're going to gently start to go in the other direction. So small, tiny circles with the crown of the head. And then if you have a little bit more space, maybe a little bit bigger, keep breathing. And go to your maximum. And then very slowly start to circle back to where we started. 5, 4, 3, 2, and all the way back to center. 1. Inhale, the eyes open, and exhale as soft as you can. Just stretch your legs out one at a time. Give them a little shake, especially if you're not used to sitting for long periods of time. The legs probably want to stretch out. Okay, and then let's drop both knees into the chest, coming into a little ball. Wrap yourself up as comfy as you can, and we're just going to let the head gently tip forward. Without forcing it, the shoulders release, and you might feel a nice stretch down the back of your neck. And coming up on your next inhalation, slowly rise up and exhale. Good. Let's separate the feet about hip width in front of us, and then let's bring the hands behind us, fingers facing forward. So you want to find that the whole hand is pressing into the floor, not just the wrist or the heel of the hand. So fingers look forward. We're just going to stretch open the heart. So on an inhale, we're just going to lift up. If it feels okay on your neck, the chin comes up, stretching open the throat. And on the exhale, you come back to where you started. Good. Let's just do a couple more at your own pace. Inhale, press into the hand. The chest opens, the heart expands. And you come back on the exhale. Good. Moving with the breath. Inhale, open up. Exhale back. And last 2. Inhale, open. Exhale back. And one more time. Inhale, open. And exhale back. Good. And now walk yourself back up to where we started. We're going to cross the shin bones in front of each other. And we're going to flex the feet a little bit. So if you look down between your legs, you see kind of an upside down triangle. So there's a little space. Yep. Okay, and then on the inhale, we're just going to inhale the arms straight up. And on the exhale, we're going to soften the shoulders down away from the ears. And just for a moment, inhale, we're going to look over to the left just to feel the range of motion in the neck. Exhale all the way over to the right without forcing it, just awareness. One more time. Inhale, looking all the way over to the left. And exhale all the way over to the right. Inhale, center, reach up through your fingertips. And on the exhale, you're just going to hinge at the hips and pause at your own personal halfway point. Again, inhale through the hands, soft shoulders. And then exhale, just set your hands down wherever they naturally fall. That's it. And just use your hands to press the sit bones deeper into the mat. Inhale long through the front body, soft shoulders. And then if you have space, you can slowly start to walk it out. If that feels like enough of a stretch, stay here. So for most of us, we're feeling an outer hip stretch. Maybe a stretch in the groin as well, maybe even your low back, but definitely outer hips. So as you inhale, think of creating a little bit of length, even if it's just lengthening the breath. And as you exhale, there's that element of softening just enough to allow yourself to release and let go. Let's take one more deep breath in. Exhale all the way out. And on your next inhalation, we're going to walk back up to center. Up, 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 yes, and exhale. So you're going to just look down and you're going to see which shin bone's in the front and you're going to recross. Just like that. Good. All right, ready? Inhale, arms come up. So as the arms reach up, the shoulders drop down away from the ears. So we're going to pause for just a moment. We're going to interlace the hands over the head. We're going to bring the palms to the crown, soften around your shoulders. Then twist the palms towards the ceiling. Take a deep breath in. And on the exhale, the palms stretch straight up towards the ceiling. So now you have to make an effort to really relax around your shoulders, relax around your neck. Inhale, one more deep breath in. And on the exhale, release your hands. Come forward to your halfway point. Pause. So the belly's part of the pose. Engage the belly just a little bit. Inhale through the fingers. And then exhale, just set your hands down wherever they naturally fall. Drop the sit bones a little bit back. Inhale long through the front body. And then exhale. If you have a little room, you can walk it out. You can also just stay put. And sometimes it's nice to just close your eyes in these poses and actually check in to see what's going on inside rather than checking and seeing where you are outside. So notice where your breath is right now. Are you holding a little bit? Can you lengthen the breath? Maybe you need to soften a little around the shoulders or even the jaw. Let's stay here for one more deep breath in. Exhale where you are. Finish the exhale all the way out. And then on our next inhalation, slowly walk yourself back up to sit. Up, up, up we go. Woo! And exhale. Let's stretch out the legs. Give them a little shake. Not bad. All right, so while we're here, we did the outer hips. Let's go into the groin, the inner hips. So let's start actually with what's called Tadasana, star pose. So as my feet scoot out in front of me, I'm going to create a big diamond shape. So the feet scoot out, big diamond. Okay, let's grab hold of the ankles or the shins or the feet. And on the inhale, we're gonna lengthen through the front body, soft shoulders. And on the exhale, we're just gonna gently tip forward until we feel like, ah, that's pretty good. Also an outer hip stretch. And on our next inhalation, we're gonna come all the way up, 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 up. And on the exhale, you're gonna roll back into what feels like bad posture. So round the spine, draw the chin in. And then inhale, come back up to the top of the sit bones, rise up to the occasion. And then exhale, just gently come forward. The feeling is that you're coming forward rather than down. One more time. Inhale, press yourself up to the top of your sit bones. And on the exhale, round the spine, roll back to the back of the sit bones, draw the chin in. Inhale, come back up to the top. Pause, and then exhale, we're gonna come forward, and this time we're gonna stay forward for a little bit. So just as comfy as you can, soften into the pose. Now every time I do this pose, it's a little different. Sometimes my IT band gets in the way and I have to kind of wiggle and jiggle and come in and come out. So you can always come in and out of a pose. You can move a little bit in the pose. Couple deep breaths and just become aware of where there might be any resistance in your body. And with the help of your exhale, see if you can soften those edges, those sharp edges. Let's take one more deep breath in and let's stay here for the exhale. Good. And on our next inhalation, let's slowly press our way back up to sit. Up, up, up. Good. And exhale. So looking down at your feet, we're just gonna gently scooch the feet in for what's called Baddha Konasana. So let's go a little tighter. Depending on how it feels on your knees, you can always stick a block, place a block under a knee if you're a little tight in the hip for a little support. Okay, so hands can hold the feet. You can bring the peace sign around your big toes and what's called yogi toe lock. We're gonna inhale, lengthen, and then on the exhale, just come forward to your personal halfway point and pause. Soften around the shoulders, and that might feel like enough of a stretch. So you can just stay put, and then after maybe 2 or 3 breaths and your body gives you the green light, you go a tiny bit deeper, and then you wait at the red light, and you wait for the green light. So check in with your jaw. Notice if you're grinding a little bit. I'm a grinder, so I always have to check in with my jaw. And I do it all the time, so check in. Good. Let's stay here for 2 more cycles of breath. Inhale until you're full. Exhale all the way out until you're empty. And one more deep breath in, filling all the way up to the top of the breath. Exhale all the way to the bottom. Good. And then inhale, we're gonna very gently stretch ourselves back up to sit, up, up, up we go. And exhale, voila. Let's stretch the right leg out in front of us. Let's keep the left knee bent. This is called Janu sirsasana, head to knee pose. So also a hamstring stretch. Let's inhale, take both arms up, pausing at the top, shoulders relaxed. And then on the exhale, let's just come to our halfway point. And you'll find that your belly wants to be part of the pose, so gently draw the belly in to support the low back. And feel like you're coming forward, so you want to touch the front of the studio rather than coming down. Take one more breath in, and then exhale very softly. Just release your hands to wherever they naturally fall. Some of us like to use a belt, so if you feel like you're kind of hiding in your low back and not getting that much space, the belt's a nice option. So I can loop the belt around my foot, and I can gently pull out of the rounding that happens sometimes in the back body when it's tight. I can gently pull myself a little forward. That's right. Let it out if need be. So not only is this a hamstring stretch, but it is a full back body stretch. So feel that you can actually breathe into your back body. So hamstrings are stretching, back body is really stretching. All right, we're gonna take one more deep breath in right into your back body muscles. And exhale until you're empty. Good. And then on our next inhalation, we're just gonna climb up halfway. So find just that halfway point where you can lift up a little bit. Good. And some of you can grab your inner arch with your right hand. Some of you are gonna hold your ankle or your shin, and you can also use a belt. Okay, reaching towards the foot. And then what we're gonna do is take it into a nice juicy twist. So left arm comes up on the inhale, all the way up, reach up, touch the ceiling. And as you exhale, send the left arm all the way to the back of the studio, pulling as far away gently from the midline of your body. Pause here, soft shoulders, and then you're gonna flip your left thumb towards the floor for the rotation, and you're gonna wrap the left arm all the way behind your back. Some of you are gonna just keep the palm open. Some of you might even be able to grab the flesh of your right thigh. And then we're gonna inhale, draw up long through the front body, soft shoulders, and exhale, the left shoulder starts to rotate towards the back of the studio, and you get a nice stretch across the chest and the whole spine. And if anyone wants a little pull or a little push, a little adjustment, please just say, me. In any of these poses, if you ask, I shall definitely adjust. So the feeling is lengthen on the inhale, soften on the exhale, and create a little bit more space to open. But you're pretty open. Inhale, you still feel it. Lengthen, soft here, exhale, twist. Yeah. Let's gently unravel on your next inhalation. Just let the left hand go. Come back to center and just take one more little dip down the center lane. It's gonna be nap time after class. Okay, and then when you're ready on your next inhalation, slowly rise up, uppy, 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 and exhale. So let's draw the left knee in. That was a half hip opener and a pretty decent hamstring stretch, and then a twist. So how about that? Other side. Right knee into the chest, right knee out to the side. And ideally, the front toes are up, straight up, flexed to protect the alignment of the foot. It's not the foot, the knee. Inhale, reach up, soft shoulders, and then exhale. Let's all come to our halfway point and just pause. So when you start to feel a stretch, just pause, draw the belly a little bit in, relax around your shoulders. And then on your next exhalation, start to dip a little deeper, set your hands down. So it really doesn't matter if you can grab your foot or not. I know it feels like it matters, but it really doesn't. So if you comfortably can grab your foot, yeah, go ahead and grab it. Otherwise, maybe using the belt, maybe just allowing your hands to relax. Now we all feel the hamstring stretching, especially the back of the knee for some of us. So let's focus a little bit on the back body, as if your low back had a little mouth, and on the inhale you were going to breathe into your low back and consciously start to stretch the muscles across your low back, bringing awareness to the low back. And then move your awareness to your mid back. So on the inhale, you feel like you can stretch the flesh across your mid back just by going there with your breath. And exhale. And then lastly, bring your awareness all the way into your upper back and see if you can consciously, with the help of your breath, stretch the flesh that supports the spine across the upper back. Good. Here we go. And on your next inhalation, just lift up a little bit and see if you can. Some of you can grab the inner arch of your left foot. Some of you are going to grab the ankle or the shin. And we're going to inhale. We're going to send the right arm straight up to the ceiling. Soft around your shoulders, and then on the exhale, just slowly start to open, 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 and just pause, pause. Soft shoulders, neck and head. Inhale, touch the back of the studio, and then exhale, flip your thumb down, reach behind your back. See what you find. And now see where your neck and head is. Sometimes I'll overstrain my head and neck thinking I have to look up or thinking I have to look to the side. You don't have to look back. You can look to the side, you can look down. So on the inhale, think of lengthening through the whole spine. And on the exhale, there's always that element of softening to create the space to open and go a little deeper. Inhale, sighing helps. And exhale. Most of us are afraid to sigh in class because we are kind of afraid of the sound of our own voice, but sighing is actually really good. It's okay. Let's do one more breath. Inhale, think long through the whole spine. And on the exhale, soften, sigh, and twist a little deeper. Most people aren't gonna sigh. Gently, gently unravel. Release the back hand. Ooh, come back to center and just take one more little forward bend if that feels good. These are all suggestions, by the way. If it feels like you're done, then just relax. It's all about modification. So important to modify every pose for your body type or whatever you're experiencing right now. Inhale, slowly rise up. Exhale, let's stretch it out. Give it a little shaky. Okay, let's all grab our blanket. So my blanket is nicely folded like this. I could just roll it a little bit, but it's pretty thick. So depending on you, you could open your blanket up if you don't want such a tight roll. We're gonna recline on the blanket. And start to open up the back body. So this is a pretty nice roll. You want it a little tight so you kind of feel what's about to happen. We're gently steamrolling, so this is also an option. You'll find what works. And we're gonna place the blanket right below our shoulder blades. So if I scooch back and recline and I feel like, ooh, that's too high, too much of an upper back bend, then maybe I come up and re-roll the blanket so it's not as thick. But this variation's a really nice restorative back bend. So if you're not feeling it the way you want to feel it, you can always re-roll. Now the arms can go out to the side, they can go towards the hips, they can open up like a T, palms open. They can reach up towards a V, which is, you know, the victory pose here. Deep stretch. They can also reach up all the way over your head. Whatever feels good. You can also just do whatever you want. And then after a few breaths, if you have the feeling that you want to, you know, slide it around a little bit, you can roll the blanket towards your mid-back, a little lower, or even into your lower back. Like you're just gently, gently steamrolling any tension, any stress out of the back body. So I would say, I don't know about most of us at the moment, but lots of us these days are spending more than a half an hour in front of the computer. So if you find that you're spending, you know, most of your week sitting at a desk in front of a computer, this pose in particular is a really, really super counter pose. It's also a super counter pose for cyclists And sometimes it's nice, Kim, to have a little support under your neck. Sometimes, depending on the shape of our head and our necks, it's just nice to have a little support so you don't compress the cervical spine too much. Does that feel better? Do you want a little more support? That's good? Okay. So if you need a little more support under your head, you can always slide an extra blanket to support your head. And you might even notice the tendency to want to move away from the roll, from the blanket roll. The heart might be arching, 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 because it doesn't really want to feel the full release. So with the help of your exhale, allow your back body to just kind of soften into the roll, into the blanket. If you've forgotten about your breath, remember that it's there. And see if you can make a little effort to deepen the breath, stretch it out. So we're going to stay here for maybe 5 more cycles of breath. If you feel like, I want to move it a little bit, you can. If you feel like you're in a good spot, just stay here. This is something we can all do every day at home. Just lay down and very softly steamroll. Okay, we're going to take one more full breath in. And we're going to exhale all the way out. And then we're going to very gently come off the roll. So if you want to just lift up and slide it out, everyone's, don't fall asleep just yet. Take your time. I know it's hard to come off this variation because it's kind of juicy. Just slide the roll out of the way and then lay back down flat on your mat. I don't want to. I don't want to. If flat on your back is uncomfortable, you can always bend your knees. For me, sometimes my low back feels tight. You can bend your knees, let your inner knees knock together like Susie's doing. And just take a moment and notice if anything has shifted in the back body, if you've created any more space. Good. Deep breath in. Exhale out. And on your next inhalation, just gently, gently draw your left knee into the chest. Give it a squeeze. This is one of those poses that doesn't look like much, but it's actually really good for your hip openers. Not your hip openers, your hip flexors, your hip openers. So while you're here, you can always point and flex your left foot a few times, roll the ankle a couple times in one direction. Just remembering that we have an ankle joint. We remember the ankle joint when we strain it or sprain it. We're like, oh gosh. Good. And then you can roll it back to center. Does anyone want a little push? Okay. So make a little effort to relax around your shoulders, your neck, your teeth, your tongue, your jaw. Tell me when. Good, because I'm giving you all I got. Okay, one more deep breath in. Soften as you exhale. And then from here, we're going to grab our belts. If it's nearby, they should be nearby. And if you're doing this at home, everyone's got something like a belt. You've got a scarf, you've you've got a belt, you've got something. And if you don't have anything, you can just use your hands. So the belt loops around the sole of the foot, and you just slowly begin to stretch the left leg towards the ceiling. Doesn't matter if it's straight or not. I know you're pretty flexible as it is, but this just feels good. So Kim, do you want a little cushion under your head, a little support? Nothing? Okay. So while you're here, see if you can give yourself a little tiny bit of slack and point and flex your left foot, just to see how that feels. Just point and flex. Point and flex. That's it. Would anyone like a little push? Nobody? I'm not going to be pushy, but all right. Take another deep breath in, and we're going to take it into a hip opener. So your left hand is going to hold the belt, and you're going to just gently take your leg towards 90 degrees. It definitely doesn't have to be. And if you have anything around you, like a bolster or a block or anything that works as a little bit of support, this is quite a hipster class. Everyone's pretty open. If you need a little support, use it. Osiris, would you like a little support? No.
Of that transcendental.
Elise would like a little pressure on her hip. There you go.
Transcends from his breath into the sound.
That's right. So, sigh. That's right. Don't be afraid to sigh. The right arm can reach all the way out to the side, if that feels good on your shoulder. And the left hand can start to crawl closer to your foot so you don't have to use your biceps to hold the belt. You can just kind of fan out. You're close. There you go. Hip stretch. So you can also send a little energy through the sole of the right foot. So the right foot is flexed. Let's take one more deep breath in.
In the form of sound.
Exhale till you're empty. And as you take your left leg up, see that you're not pulling from your inner groin or your low back. Engage your belly, help the leg up. And now we're going to switch hands and take it into a pretty juicy twist. So right hand holds the belt, left arm extends out, shoulder height, palm open. And then you're going to just gently start to tip the leg over to the right. Whoa. Get to know your neighbors. Okay, your tummy. Oh, good. Palm open, yep. Now for me, the deepest stretch is really across my left shoulder girdle. So if you're feeling it a lot in the left shoulder, you're not alone. Make a little effort to soften on the exhale. Do you mind if I adjust you? So we're going to take 3 more breaths here. We're going to focus on the belly. So as you inhale, let your belly open up, calming the nervous system. And as you exhale, feel the belly as it naturally draws back. And 2 more. Inhale, filling the belly up. Exhale, the belly naturally draws back. Good. Taking 1 more deep breath in, open up the belly. And exhale all the way out. So the same thing goes. Try not to tug from your low back. You might even want to bend your knee coming up. Yeah, that's it. Coming back to where we started. We're just going to rebend the left knee, give it a final squeeze. And what we do to one side, we usually do to the other side. So when you're ready, you're going to stretch your left leg out in front of you. And you're going to draw your right knee into your chest. Anyone for a little push? Pushy, push, push. Okay. Tell me when. Good. Soften around the shoulders. 2 more cycles of breath. Inhale until you're full. Exhale until you're empty. Inhale until you're full. Exhale until you're empty. And if you haven't pointed and flexed, go ahead and point and flex a few times. Roll the ankle. And then we're going to take it into the hamstring stretch with the help of the belt. So the belt loops around the sole of your foot. Oh yes. And you're going to just gently start to stretch your right leg towards the ceiling. And then see if you can, just for a moment, point and flex your right foot. Point and flex. So while we're here stretching the hamstrings, we're going to do what's called lion's breath for the jaw. So we're all going to take a deep breath in to the top of the breath. Open your mouth as wide as humanly possible. Stretch out your tongue and exhale through the mouth. Deep breath in 2 more times, filling up to the top of the breath. Open your mouth as wide as you can, like a lion. Stretch your tongue all the way out and exhale. You'll thank me later. Inhale, last one, deep through the nose. Open wide, stretch the tongue all the way out. Exhale. We do carry stress in the jaw. Take another deep breath in right through the back of the leg. And on the exhale, when you're ready, we're going to take it into the hip stretch. So the right leg opens towards 90 degrees. And if you need a little support, you'll find one side's different than the other. Gently, gently start to open it up. Now, not that you need it, but sometimes having a little support, I can relax a little bit and go a little deeper. Get you, Chris. Does that make a little difference? Don't forget to breathe. Sometimes we get into a pose that's a little challenging and we just hold the breath and wait for it to end. That might make a difference. You might feel better or it might be going too deep. And you know, you can do, Kim, you can walk your right hand a little bit closer to your foot so you don't have to use your biceps. Just stretch the arm out. Is that any different? So then you have to ask yourself, when was the last time you were in this sort of hip stretch? It's a pretty deep hip stretch. Good. Let's stay here for 2 more cycles of breath. Inhale. And exhale. One more. Inhale. And exhale. So same thing goes. If you're sitting at a desk for a big part of the day, your hips are closed. Now they're not. Inhale, nice counter pose. We're gonna take the leg up when you're ready. So maybe a bend so you don't pull on your low back or engage the belly muscles. Yes. Okay, and then we'll take it over into what I love, this shoulder stretch, twist. So gently, gently, gently. We're gonna take the leg over. Again, get to know your neighbors. They're nearby. Susie naturally just scooched her bottom hip. So once you get your right leg over to the side, you can also pick up your left hip and just scooch it a little bit back to the center of the mat once you come into the twist. Then your low back is neutral and you're getting this pretty juicy twist mid to upper back. Palm open. Now, Kim, how does your... If it feels okay, you want to stack your hips. So this hip would roll up. See, as the more and more it lifts up, the deeper it goes, right?
Fantastic.
So if that feels like...
That feels good.
That's enough?
That keeps going.
Okay,
That feels good.
then you're in. And then for me, it's really right here across the right shoulder.
Okay.
That's tight. Is that too much?
No, that feels good.
You're welcome. So take a deep breath in right behind the belly. That's where we hold a lot of stress and tension. Exhale it out. And another deep breath in right behind your belly. And exhale it out. And one more time. Inhale behind your belly. Exhale out. And when you're ready to come up, do so carefully. Take your time. Sometimes it's easier to bend the knee coming up. Good. And now just rebend your right knee into your chest. You can get rid of your belt. Oh yeah. Give it a little squeeze, and then you may as well just draw your left knee in as well. So both knees come to the chest. Give yourself a little huggy. And what feels good sometimes is to rock just very gently on your low back. So a little side to side, as though you're going to massage the lowest part of your spine. Good. And then let's come into what's called happy baby or dead bug. I prefer happy baby. So, oh, you all know it. Kim's like, what are we doing? So the knees stay bent, and you want to feel like your knees, the soles of the feet are looking at the ceiling. Your arms reach on the inside of the legs and grab the outer edges. So if your tailbone's not flush against the mat, then you might want to grab your ankles or your shins so your low back is flush against the mat. And you can even bring your arms on the inside of your knees, on the inside. So when you grab your outer ankles like this, it's a bit of a hip stretch. Happy baby. Back wind. Good. Take another deep breath in. Exhale all the way out. And then we're going to just gently come out of happy baby. Draw your knees. Give yourself a squeeze. Both knees into the chest. Okay. And the last pose, we're going to finish with a supported restorative little back bend. So you're gonna gently roll to the side, come up to sit. I know nobody wants to come up to sit just right now, but it'll be worth it. So come up to sit. Here's your bolster, and you can place it at your low back. That's right. And basically, we're just gonna recline over the bolster. And if you want, you can bring the soles of your feet together, so when you recline, you get a hip opener as well. Or you can stretch your legs out. So everyone, set yourself up. Sometimes it's nice to have a blanket under your head So you're just gonna lay back. Let's see how it goes. Now, if you don't want to use the bolster and you would like to lay flat, or if you're pregnant and you want to lay to the side, take like a little fetal pose with a bolster between your knees. That's always nice. And what's so nice about this yoga studio in particular is that we have sandbags. So I know some of you like to get sandbagged. Osiris, do you want a sandbag across your sternum? So if you have a sandbag at your house, use it. Across the sternum, even sometimes across the pelvis. And some of us like them on the forearms. You want forearms? Okay. The sensation is, for me, it's being grounded. If you've been flighty all week, doing a ton of stuff, just coming back down to the earth, literally weighing yourself down onto the earth. You want one across your sternum and your pelvis? You got it. Would anyone like a sandbag? Chris would. On the sternum. No, yes. Well, it might be heavy. On your head. How about an eye pillow? So this is where you get to scan your body, and you get to stand above yourself as though you're looking down at yourself, and you get to pinpoint where you might be holding on to any last bits of stress or tension. And with the help of the exhale, you slowly release and let it go. Any last little bits of stress. I'm coming by with eye bags. If anyone doesn't want one, just tell me, no bag. So as you exhale, allow the weight of your body to drop a little bit deeper into your mat. A little bit deeper into the earth. Feel the support of the earth. Feel the connection that you have to the earth. Feel the connection that you have to your perfect body. The body that was given to you the day you popped out into the world. And the body that you're going to keep an entire lifetime. So all we're doing is fine-tuning what's already absolutely perfect. Very, very slowly begin to deepen your breath. Like it's the first breath that you've taken in a long time. And if you have the space and you want to stretch the arms all the way up behind your head, taking a long, deep breath in, and stretching the legs out one at a time, reaching out through your toes, fingers. Just like you're starting your day all over, a little bit longer and more flexible, soft and relaxed. And then just take your time as you make your way up to sit. You might even want to keep your eyes closed as you transition. Sit any way that's comfortable for your body. And for just a moment, let's just take a moment to be quiet and notice if anything has shifted from the moment we walked into the studio an hour ago to this moment. We'll finish practice with just one sound of Om and 3 times Shanti for peace, peace, and more peace, starting with ourself. So the palms come together. And let's just all together exhale through the nose. Deep, full breath in. Om. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. As they say in India and in Santa Monica, Namaste. Thank you all for coming out. Take your time as you unravel. And that concludes our yoga session. Thank you.